Gucci.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you guys
A
for
lot of
coming
y'all
through
look at
this
Blend.
morning.
Boy, we got a mogul on here. You see Brownie Blends, boy, that's a mogul in real
Yes, sir.
life. I ain't no cap on that. What's
Oh
up, Blend?
wow.
No
Wow.
cap on that. Like he's as a matter of fact, he's part of LeBron's undisputed whatever the
Snap,
shop.
man.
He's the barber on the HBO show, The Shop. He done won awards for that
Wait,
stuff, like big time.
who is this, Mike?
Brownie Blends. What's up, Blends? I know you got your thing on mute, but Brownie Blends, if you see him on
Oh
there,
yeah, I see him now. I see him. Oh, that's good
the
stuff,
real
man.
deal.
What's going on, fellas?
What's
What
up,
doing?
baby? How you doing this morning? Thank you for tapping in, man.
Just tapping in
Yeah,
for
no
a
doubt.
second.
Appreciate it. I was just telling them it was a mogul on here. Just everybody tighten up, pull their pants up.
It's all good. Nah, we good. Y'all good, man.
All good, baby. All good.
Yeah.
Thank you for tapping in, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Well, awesome, man. Hey, we're gonna go ahead and get started. And so we got a special today with what we call MGM Mike, a good friend of mine that I've been knowing well over 15 years from now, man. And so him and I was just so very close and run NSG now in the rap industry. And so Mike, man, I've always known him has just been filled with just like knowledge and wisdom. And so we've always been talking about this particular moment, getting together and just talking about group economics, right? Building wealth in the Black community, right? Why us as Black African Americans, why we can't necessarily work together, right? To grow. Why is the wealth gap? Why does it continue to get wider and wider each year, right? Based on decisions that we make on a daily basis. And so not just finances, but overall, man, us as Black fathers, though, right? How we can continue to sow in the seed into our kids, man. So Mike, man, good old, as we talked about, right, good old boy from Mississippi, that man just really made it in life, man, and just doing really well. And so we want to invite you over here to the Let's Win Financial community, man. So good morning to you, Mike.
I appreciate it, man. Good morning to y'all. Good morning. Thank you for the opportunity. I always start off by giving God thanks. And a lot of the stuff that I may explain, my personal thing is going to seem opposite. And the reason I say that is because God is not of this world, and a lot of the things that I do are not. I follow God, So a lot of these things might not make sense, but if you're a God-fearing person, I'm not trying to get spiritual or religious, but that's just my philosophy. So I'll give you an example. And Blends, if he's still on here, I asked him this question as well, because I just didn't. I was in a lot of groups. I had placed myself in a lot of groups that wasn't with the group economics, and you just taught me that term, but more like the teamwork, right? And so what I started doing was like when I needed something or I felt like I needed something, I would give. Like so I would literally give the money away. So let's just say I needed, hey man, I need this thing to go. I would literally give the money away. And then how God works, he always give it back. You know what I mean? So a lot of the things that I might explain, they may seem different. They may seem like they're contradicting what I'm saying, but if you really believe, if you believe in God, if you believe in yourself, it really works out. So
yeah,
Mike,
that's cool, man.
Do me a favor if you can, give me follow up because I got an event about to start. So can you give me a follow up? Give me a call later today or tomorrow so I can get a kind of follow up on what you guys talked about and send the video over. And I'd love to tap in with y'all again in the future.
That's a bet, Blend. That's a bet, Blend. Appreciate you, baby.
Hey, Blend, as a matter of fact, man, it's going to be recorded, so we'll be able to send you the replay of it as well. Thank you for joining in, good brother.
Please do. Y'all have a great Saturday.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Hey, Mike, so to kind of follow what you just mentioned, right? So, man, I seen you like in Vegas, right, man, at these fights, man, and man, but just not at these fights, but man, I saw you in the community, man, like walking in these stores, right? And just giving people, man, just money, right? And so when you talk about like giving, right, what inspires you just to give back?
But I'm gonna treat this as if nobody knows me. So I really come from a bad environment. Like if you're a real '80s baby and you know what that epidemic was, like I was really a part of that. You know what I mean? So and my mom used to get mad because I used to really go into detail, and that's not my place to tell somebody else's business. But I really lived that, And so if you've ever come up and really not had nothing, like nothing, man, like really nothing, you would pray for people to do something for you. Like, man, I just wish somebody just bless me with $20, man, just so I could eat. And so, and I'm dead serious. Like, you might think like my cousin Ben, like he used to come by and it'd be freezing cold. This is when the starter jackets was big. I have a starter jacket and shorts on. He'd be like, man, why you don't got no pants on? And I tell him like, I don't got no pants. And he'd be like, no, but go put some pants on. I'm like, you don't understand, I don't have no pants, like literally, So me coming from that, and I know what that's like, so I know what that feeling is like. And if you ever felt that, and you just, if you really are a human being to me, if you had the means to help somebody, you wouldn't let nobody go. Now, I'm not saying just I got unlimited, but I'll tell you what, if I was Jeff Bezos, the world would be different. I tell you that for sure. You know what I mean? Or just even these athletes with getting $250 million contracts. I'm not trying to say how they should or what they should do with their money. I just know how it works for me. So that's really where it comes from. And if you see somebody's face when you bless them, if you see that feeling, like that's more like the thing that I'm hooked on, is just helping somebody genuinely. If you pray for a blessing and then I come and bless, that's how I think I'm a tool for God, is just use the means that you, and to be completely honest, money ain't shit really in life. It's just a tool. Like, if you really love money, you're really gonna fall, because money don't love you back. I promise you that. If you ever had a few dollars, you really know money don't love you back, because you spend all your time trying to protect it, and that's really that becomes. So you see a lot of people, they go to protecting it, they're not really giving because they're so scared of losing it, when it's not even something to keep. It's really a tool to use to help, and the more I help, the more I get blessed. You know what I'm saying? That's what I say about the ceiling challenge. I really, like we were saying before, like the ceiling challenge, I be telling people, like, I really hate the internet, and I love the internet. I hate the internet because people really act like they're somebody they're not. And then I love the internet because it's a tool for people who really, really need to use it. You know what I mean? So the ceiling test, I didn't even know people was doing it, but the ceiling thing I do is for people, like, that's a real litmus check, Like, you can't fake how big your ceiling is. Like, yeah. So I say that to say, don't listen to people who just, man, if we really posted our life on here, the internet would be way different. If people really posted how they was really living and how they was really doing. The first is in 2 days, and I promise to God, it's a lot of more people that's dreading Monday coming than you'll see on the internet. You know what I mean? So I really don't like the internet. I really understand I have to use it for a tool, but that's really where it goes into, man. I really just try to get people, especially our culture, to listen to the people who really got. So you, regular people, as much as all this stuff got on, this shit is just a commercial. You got way more money than me. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So people really should be listening to you. You should have way more followers than me if it really went how it's supposed to go. You got way more information that's needed for financial freedom than I do. So that's what I'm more into. Just us really getting out real positive information about each other, making people feel more confident in themselves, make people understand that you can get much farther as a group than you can as an individual. And that's what a lot of that stuff comes from.
Mike, we was talking last weekend, man, about Jackson State, and from you being in Mississippi, and just kind of seeing the transformation in Jackson State with Deion Sanders, right? Let's talk a little bit more about that, as far as your experience, as far as that transformation that you saw, and how we kind of like dropped the bag with that as a Black community with Deion Sanders there at Mississippi State, not Mississippi State.
Jackson State. So we got Jackson State alumni on here, Mr. Damon. I think he on here. I think he went to Jackson State, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. So to me, this is just my opinion. We come together for everything except the right thing a lot of times. You know what I mean?
Mike, boy, you said, oh, that's a word right there. Say that again, brother.
What I say? We come together for everything except the right thing a lot of times. So
that's deep.
Yeah, so look, this aggravate dog. I'm sorry, this is my dog, y'all. She getting on my nerves, so I'm gonna pick her up. But so to me, what I seen was on the Colorado thing, when he went live, when he did his press conference, the white man got on there. The first thing he said is, how you gonna pay him $3 million a year? The first thing the white man said is, shit, I ain't got the money, but I'm gonna figure it out. You know what I mean? So that tell you right there, like, to me, I think they knew he was about to break the system. That's to me. So we'll give him as much money as possible for him to stop what he's about to do. Because when you got #1 in the country recruits going to HBCUs, the whole thing is about to change. And I think they knew that was about to change. And you see these big coaches like Nick Saban, you know, all these guys talking about NIL and how it's messing up the system. What it's doing is making it more level. And you have to really coach. You can't just go and say, I coach Alabama. You can't just go and say, I coach Clemson, and you come to me, hey, we got a black man who really went and did it all, you know, from top to bottom, World Series, Super Bowl, and all that. If he comes in my living room and a white man who never played the sport at this level comes in my living room, there's no contest what I'm gonna do. So what I'll get back to where we dropped the bag at. We got billionaires like Robert Smith. We got billionaires like Jay, like Oprah. Why they just couldn't take a few dollars and just pay the salary? What they saying, let's match it. Let's match it. All right, they about to pay you 3, we're gonna pay you 6. And I guarantee Jackson State, I have more damn D1 5-star recruits right now in that little time. He was probably, for real, no bullshit, about 4 years away from breaking the system, like completely breaking it, because you seen Ed Reed went to what college? There you go. Bethune-Cookman. So you had seen it, that started happening, you know, it had already started happening. And they don't want that, man. If you notice anything about, and I'm not trying to make it black or white or anything like that, but if you notice anything, everything that's important, they try to take away from us. So like your voting rights and stuff like that, coaching, like real people who coming in, like, you know, if we wanted to change the gun laws, all niggas had to do is just go and start buying guns. They'll change it right fast. You know what I mean? So I just think we lose a lot of the time what's important. I'm not saying at all for him not to do what's best for his family, but I think we could have, as a culture, come together and made that a whole different situation. That's just my opinion.
Yeah. So Mike, and that's very good viewpoint right there, man. So let me ask this question here. Why do you think the wealth gap is as wide as it is? And why does it continue to get wider between when you look at the white and you look at the black, right? As far as we talked about it last weekend, you know, African American community, man, we got $1.3 trillion of spending power every single year. But the you know, and more black people are investing, but why we can't necessarily move the needle even quicker?
Well, I think one is home ownership. That's the first, because that's the biggest wealth creator, and you preach on that a lot of time. I think second, that nobody really looks at, is business ownership. So when you look at the stats for business ownership, we only have like 10%. You know, black people only have like 10% ownership of small businesses. You know what I mean, man? And you know, like I know, man, they are giving money away to businesses. You know what I mean? Like you go get a personal credit card, the most you're gonna get is 20,000, 25,000. They start small businesses at 50K. You can take that same 50,000. I tell these people this all the time. Your business credit doesn't go on your credit at all. You might PG for your first little loan or whatever the case may be, but it don't go on your credit at all. So if you got $50,000 credit line for your business, you can literally cash advance, pay all your bills with your business card, and literally keep your money. Pay that what's the name back, get the points and the redemption, and do that forever. Like when I say forever, y'all, everybody on here know what forever means. Forever. You know what I mean? Like you never have to do nothing different. You never have to borrow another dollar. You never have to. And then the crazy part, you get a month free off the dump because your credit score is better when you got 20% charged on the card. So if you got a $50,000 card, that means you get $10,000 free off the dump. The first month you get $10,000 free. Most people on here bills, let's just say we all at 10,000. So you get a month free to take all your earnings and keep it on you. Invest it. Now you're talking about your investment. So let's just say we take that 10,000 and put it in NVIDIA 4 years ago. That's a game changer. That's it. That fast. Fast, man. You know what I mean? And we just don't do that. We more concerned about right now. We got a bad, as a culture, me included, we got a bad problem with spending on liabilities versus assets, you know, and just our financial literacy isn't as big as it needs to be, especially when we're fighting up against all these other things. You know, that's a whole different conversation. But I'm big on leveraging, man, I think that's our biggest two things. The game is fixed in a way because, like right now, they want you to have 3 times your income. I think they changed in the law now. They want you to have 3 times your income of the place you rent. So if you get in a $2,000 place, you got to make $6,000 a month, right? The ratio ain't like that to buy a house. You know what I mean? The ratio ain't like that to buy a house. So why would we do that? Why is it like that? It's because we rent the most. You see what I'm saying? We rent the most. So if they own the most, they'll make the rules different, and that's really what it is. But we just have to get to read and get more informed, do more research on what we need to be doing to increase our actual work, rather than getting shit that don't matter. Like,
Mike, you said something. You said something for us with the wealth gap, right? The first one you said was home ownership, right? And speaking of home ownership, right? When we talk about African American people, right, and owning homes, it's a struggle to buy a home, but you don't really see a lot of African American people also buying homes that's over $1 million, right? So as we look in your background there, me and my media guy was talking about that earlier, and we talked about the ceiling challenge a little bit, right? So easily you sitting in a $1 million home, right? And so that was one of the things when I talk about you, and I want to bring you on because there's not a lot of people doing what you're doing and how you live and pretty much like preserving your dollars. But you speak about home ownership. What does it really take in order for you to build up what you've had? What's some of the things that you've done to really get you to where you're at today?
That's a great question. So first of all, I went to work every fucking day. That's number one. A lot of people just skip that part, like we just supposed to be rich tomorrow. So, I did a career in the military. I went to work every day, on time, every day. So that's the first thing. You got to get a craft, a job, a real job that you, and start there. Let's just start there. Get a craft and get a job and go to work. Let's just start there. All right. So once we do that, you just really have to understand the game. It ain't even hard. I swear to God, and this right hand of Jesus Christ, it ain't even hard. Like, it's a ratio. If you know the ratio, I'm gonna tell you exactly what happened with mine. And I'm sorry if this takes 5 minutes. I'm sorry. So I have a vision board that I do every year, and I look at it at least twice a year for sure to make sure I'm on target and stuff like that. So I actually was and for the people from Bay St. Louis, I'm drop this dude's name because he just passed. I actually was angry with a partner of mine. His name is Lou Vegas. He just died maybe a month ago or so. And I was actually trying to build a house that was farther away from here, but it wasn't everything that I wanted. Me and him arguing about something, so I stopped answering the phone. This is God too. I just want to show y'all how God works. So I stopped answering the phone. My realtor, his name is Jesus, he was telling me like, hey, if we don't do this, the deal is going to go through. And I just let it go through. Boom. So I upped my limit. At that time, I was looking for between 1 million and 900,000 and 1 million. So I upped it to like 1.4, 1.35. So when I upped it to 1.35, I'm gonna just stop the story right there, right? On the other end, this other couple, their kids were going to a different school. They had a new, they were gonna have to, where they stay, the county, the county thing, your kids have to go to this school. They was gonna split their kids up. 0.6. 1.6 didn't, 1.5 didn't, 1.4 didn't. It was 3 a.m. and I got a text that said, hey, this house just came in at 1.35. That's this house. Just like that. That's God, right? So I tell him, I don't give a damn what you got to do, what I need to do to qualify for that house. That's right hand of God. If Jesus is on here, he'll tell you the same thing. So they tell you what you have to do, what your credit needs to be, what your debt to income needs to be. That's not me. I'm not. I just want to let everybody know I'm a guy from Bay St. Louis, Mississippi. I just found out the rules, right? That's not me. They tell you what you have to do. And at the time, I didn't even meet it.
Yeah.
So what I did, I called my partner. His name Carlos Boglin. I don't know if he on here. Hey man, they said my credit cards need to be at this. Let me hold that for 60 days. I'm gonna get it right back to you. He sent me the money the same day. I paid my credit cards down. I qualified for the house. That was it. So what they tell you, I'm like the white man. I ain't even had the money. I ain't have it. What I did, I just leveraged my relationship. So I got to be a good dude. That's why I go back to being a good dude. And we didn't did business before. How good do you have to be to call somebody and tell them to give you 20,000 for 60 days? Or what's that relationship like? A lot of people can't call and get $20. That's your character. That ain't on me. You know what I mean? So I just big on that group economics, and we've done similar for each other multiple times. Like not even. So once I did that, I qualified and I got the house. That was it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like
that
the
was
big thing about that too is like you bought this house for like 1.3. How old are you right now?
44.
So you think 44, right? So 10 years from now, right? We
Mm-hmm.
already know you say what home ownership, right? And we talk
Mm-hmm.
about assets, right? So this home 1.3 now, 10 years from now, it might be worth 2.6. It might be worth $3 million here, right?
Mm-hmm.
Simply because of being able, like you say, getting into the house, building up the assets, building up the equities in itself. And then you also, too, let's talk about your business, NSG. Tell us a little bit more about that and what are some of the things that you're doing with that?
Before I do that, I just want to hop on you, just to let everybody know I'm not telling you to buy now, but I'm telling you to hurry up. This house I bought on April 4th is 160,000 more in
Wow.
2 months.
Wow.
Down the street, my partner the partner that I told you gave me the 20,000. He was gonna move down the street. That was in April. That house was 700,000. Right now, this morning, it's 1,050,000.
Wow.
That was 60 days. So that's real money. I don't want nobody to get fucked up. That's real money. If you own that, you can leverage that, right or wrong. You tell me, you the financial guy. You can do a HELOC right now, get you 100,000 off right now. You can do that.
Yeah.
You don't have to. That's what I say. Before anybody asks to borrow 10,000, it's easier to go earn another 10,000. You know what I mean? So
Right.
that's the one thing I just wanted to say about that.
But Mike, hold on. We going somewhere with this here, right? So hold on, we going somewhere because you talk about group economics, building black wealth, right? And
Yep.
equity into houses, right? But in order to do that, with a HELOC, most people may not know what like a HELOC is, right? It's actually like taking money out your house. I was speaking with a young lady last night. You want to take money out your house. One thing that's got to be good about that too is a lender. They're gonna go on need to be
That's a
because
fact.
we borrowing more than what's what we should. So our credit scores are low in
Yeah.
order to get money out to be able to capitalize on this right here, right?
Yeah.
So buying a house, even when me and you was in Missouri together, right? I think was that your first house that you bought there in Missouri when we was together, Mike Natural Space?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did so terrible on that, but that was my first one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So home ownership is key, but the second we talked about was business ownership. And Mike, let me say this right here. I say this from a less win financial community. There's 4 ownerships in America. And so for the ones that's on this live right about now, Mike, we're gonna talk about NSG in a minute from the business, but there's 4 ownerships in America. So the ones that's on this live, I want you to write these down, these 4 ownerships in America. The first one is a home ownership. That's what Mike just talked about. The second one is a business ownership. That's what Mike is getting ready to talk about in the NSG. The third one is a stock ownership, which is owning different investments, right? Index funds, stocks, and all that good stuff, right? And the fourth one, and I take it fourth, I slash these together, is a landowner and actually right about now, crypto. Once you kind of own those, that's your 4th set right there, right? Business owner, homeowner, stock owner, land owner slash crypto owner. Those are your 4 ownerships in America. The one thing that I did not mention is your 9-to-5 job, because that's only your income. You want to use your income to build up income producing assets, like what Mike talking about, right? This multi-million-dollar house here is going to grow into like triple time that. But talk to us a little bit more about NSG here.
That actually came up on a FaceTime call, much like we doing right now, man. So me and a partner of mine, we was just talking, and I had been rapping to him on the phone for like years, but never nothing serious because that shit don't pay. That shit don't pay. Like, you know what I mean? Like that. I do it for fun, or I was doing it for fun, or whatever the case may be. But I like these houses.
Yeah.
I like stocks. I like real money. You know what I'm saying? Like that. And then the more I got into it, 99% of them niggas lying anyway. You see what I'm saying? Like that just ain't my MO, you know. So I was talking to a friend of mine here, like, man, we should really start like no sleep gang and shit like that. I'm like, man, all right, like we could do it, you know. But my intent was just to be like Birdman is my number one person that I really love. My intent was just to run a music company. I didn't like rapping. Like I still don't like rapping. It's cool, you know what I'm saying? But I don't like that shit because I don't like the camera. Like I grew up in a different era where cameras was no good, you know, pictures was no good. Like that's what I grew up in. So when you tell me I got to do what I learned never to do, it's real hard for me, and it's real. I still haven't really broke that thing, because now you see the currency is notoriety, you know. So you got a person who has absolutely no talent, like the Blueface girl who got no talent, and she just caused the most havoc, and then she getting real money, but that just ain't my MO. So that's how it started. It really started from a conversation on, and then I really went and got the guys I grew up with, which go back to the group economics. And just knowing your worth and knowing your value and what you should be in and what you should be around and what you shouldn't, and just knowing your value. I tried to do what I thought was right. It didn't work out, but that's just because, in my opinion, the vision wasn't the same, So whatever you have going on, if you're the leader, you have to have been a follower first, because that's the only way to know how to be a good leader, Yeah, soldiers don't start general. A general don't start as a general. He starts as a soldier somewhere down the line, and you have to learn. You served as well, so you understand what it's like to be an airman, first class, before it's just roles that you got to go. So what I learned was, with my group is, your vision has to be the same as everybody's vision. You don't have to agree on everything. We don't do. I don't do yes men. I don't kiss ass to be friends or nothing like that. If you believe what you believe, and I believe what I believe, I think if you can communicate, I think that's a big part of our culture that we just don't understand, and the youngsters don't understand either. And that's why you see the violence, because they just can't talk through what the real problem is. But if you can communicate your vision enough to get somebody to buy into it, that's how it goes. That's all Apple's done. They just make you think that if you got this, you better than buddy over here. As a matter of fact, I just lived in Germany for 5 years. Over there's no numbers on the back of cars. Not Benz, not Beamer, no nothing. That's a classism thing. So you can know if you got the 300 and I got the 500, we ain't the same. You see, that's an American thing. Another American thing, and I know we're going off on a tangent. Where is do you know where the capital of love is, quote unquote? Like the capital of love, what city that is?
Philadelphia, right?
No, the world.
Oh, the world. Oh, yeah, nah.
Paris. Paris, right? They don't do engagement rings.
Really?
That's an American thing. This is what I'm saying. Like, people don't even know why they doing it. Man, me and my partner, man, we get in trouble. All right, this is what I'm saying about vision.
Yeah.
I literally was on the road. I just sat down for the first time in 3 years. I literally was on the road 3 years. I done missed birthdays, anniversaries, all this type of deal. When you tell me you can't make it because you got to go to a baby shower, my question is, what is a baby shower? I want anybody on this live to tell me what a baby shower is, what that means. It don't mean a fucking thing to me. Excuse my language. You know what I'm saying? It don't mean anything to me, especially when I'm missing my kids' birthdays and all that. Like, what? So we can't have the same vision. You ain't doing it while I'm doing it. Now we gonna have a problem. And that's what a lot of our things is. A lot of us don't want to be successful more than we want to sleep. Like, you see what I'm saying? A lot of us don't want to be successful more than we want to do First Friday or Louis Vuitton Thursdays or whatever the hell you want to bring. Like, this is what I'm saying. And I have a hard time with people like that. And so when I stop talking, that's my communication problem. That's where. So to get back to why NSG has stalled, or where I don't even call it stalling. I just call it like getting my grip. Like it's me and Lou.
Mike, bro, hold on. That nugget there, bro, hold on. We gotta go back. Most people, what you just say?
Yeah, like most people don't. They talk. I just don't like, and I'm doing this for you because I really don't like talking. I really don't even like people, to be honest. But like a lot of people do talking, bro. Like, So my partner on here, Lean, is Lean on here? Lean on here, I think. Lean, man, when I met Lean in what that was, 17, 18, man, Lean was like 350 or something like that, like 350 pounds. Man, this man for real done lost 150 pounds. You see what I'm saying? And I remember when he wasn't even walking, like he wouldn't even walk to the mailbox, less known goddamn go do what he doing now.
Yeah.
Man, that man get in there every day. So it's one thing to say I want to lose weight. It's a whole nother thing to go get your ass in that gym. You see what I'm saying? So if I say I want to be successful, I tell this story all the time. My partner, he was a chief master sergeant. I think he's retiring soon. I won't give his name, but he was going through a divorce. Wife, the whole how men get treated in a divorce, that happened to him, right? So he lost his house, he had to pay her child support and the whole nine, to the point he didn't even have enough to get an apartment. This man slept in his car for 2 years.
Wow.
2 years, saved every dollar. He went to the gym and showered. He wants to make it. Don't tell, like, success is not comfortable. I don't give a fuck what you're doing. You know what I mean? It's way easier to go to McDonald's than it is to cook a ham and cheese sandwich. It's way easier to do that. You see what I'm saying? It's way easier to take the short route, a shortcut, you know, but there's no success on the end of that. There's only a temporary fix. That's it. You know,
Wow.
it's just not, it's not comfortable at all. So I tell people all the time, like, what you trying to do? You know,
Right.
all this seems cool, but listen, I go to work every day.
Yeah. Yeah.
Every day. Oh, you want to go to work every day?
Wow.
I don't even like going to work, just for to be honest with you. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But
Yeah.
I go to work every day, but
Yeah.
not for them, for me.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Yeah,
Yeah.
like, I enjoy my house. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't left the house in 3 days. I love it, but like, I love where I stay, you know. So you know, either you cool with being comfortable and you got to deal with that result, or you have to get cool with being uncomfortable. And I promise you, it's a lot of success on the other end of that. That's just my take.
So Mike, talk to us a little bit. What are some ways that you're doing now to build generational wealth when you talk about like your kids? Like, and we was
Mhm.
talking about last weekend too about how the kids kind of get to go to school for, you know, free,
Mhm.
based
Yeah.
on your steps that you take. Talk to us a little bit more about that.
So every month, and I got this from you. I got my Fidelity account, and I got them the Roth for kids, the Roth
Mhm.
IRA for kids. And every month I put $300. It's really $500, but they don't know about the other 200. But I put $500 in stock every month. You know, my kids 14, 16, 18. So, you know, by the time they get 28 or whenever they, you know, it'll be a good piece of money. That's the number one thing I do. Because of me serving and stuff like that, my kid's gonna get an education for free. So my daughter's going to JUCO this year, and then we got a path to get her to Texas A&M in 2 years. You know, and then where I work for a lab, they have a program for engineers. I'm gonna just try to get her on there on some LeBron type shit. You know what I'm saying? Which I think is
Yeah.
the dopest thing I've seen this year.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
yeah, so another thing, like, I learned from you, is I pay them every year 12,500. You know, and they get that. That's a whole nother thing, but that's tax deductible off your income and stuff like that, because that money goes to nobody. Like, if you don't really take advantage, this goes back to the business ownership though. But you have to have a business to be able to put your kids under. You see, so it's steps.
Right.
So I always start at the ceiling with it. You know what I'm saying? No pun intended. But I always start at the ceiling, and then I break it all the way down to, what do I have to do today? Every
Yeah.
single day. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. Let me grab my book. Every single day, I get
look at the staircase over there, man. That's
huh?
what we talk about.
Oh yeah, that's dope. That's dope. Appreciate it. But every single day, I write in my journal every single day what I have to do that day. You know,
Wow.
but that's based on what I have to do for that month, and that's based on what I'm trying to be in 2025, January 2025. And there is nothing, wife and kids included, that's gonna stop me from doing that. I
Mm.
don't give a fuck what nobody say. Yeah, it's
Mhm.
either this or that, that's it. You see what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And a lot of people ain't with that. You know, I just have a situation where my wife is supportive of everything that I do, and I got to thank God for that. You know what I mean? Because that pick right there, boy, that pick is big. But we didn't
Yeah.
talk about that. Like, we talked about that for real. Like, that pick is big, and I done seen a lot of good brothers, man, pick wrong and set them back like bad. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like,
Yeah.
and you know,
Yeah.
I don't really want to speak on that too much, other than I just want fellas to pick right. I made a post yesterday. These girls these days don't even know 8 times 6. This is literally, I posted this. If you check my Instagram, a
Yeah.
girl couldn't even tell. Beautiful,
Yeah.
beautiful. Couldn't
Yeah.
tell you what 8 times 6 was. You see what I'm saying?
Wow.
I don't give
Wow.
a damn how pretty you is. If you can't tell me what 8 times 6 is, there's no way possible. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's no, but neither here nor there. I just want everybody to understand, you have to, in order to take care of, I really believe that, like, we got to, I'm gonna speak for my culture first, and then I'm gonna take it as black men for sure, and then as men as a whole, because it's going against the grain right now, man. A lot of the stuff that we're seeing is making it very, very hard on men to be stand-up guys. You know, I was raised like my Uncle Jimmy, he passed. You know, these men were men, 70s men, you know, grew up in like stand up, like a handshake means something, you know? That's what I tell anybody this who listens to my story. If anybody's seen Slumdog Millionaire, I really believe like that's my life. Like I went through all that shit. So now I got the answer. You see what I'm saying? Like, and I mean that. I went through not having money so I can understand that the money is no value. So when I tell you I'm gonna do something, right now, I don't know if Lando and BJ on here. Right now, my brothers is going through something, and I told them, hey, if y'all do this for a month, just show me a month. I'm gonna give you woo the woo the woo. And I mean that. I told you that, and when I say you could bet your fucking anything on it, I'm gonna do that. But that's what means something to me. Like handshakes don't mean nothing no more. You know what I'm saying? Handshakes don't mean nothing no more. Like that's the sad part. So when I tell you, hey, I'm gonna do something, let's say I told you I was gonna do this, and then it's 10 minutes out, man, I can't make it. Like that fractures everything. Like you can't even, you know, and this is free. This stuff that the most valuable stuff is free. Everybody on here didn't cost them $1 to be on here. This is free. This is valuable. You know what I mean? That shit that I give a motherfucker $50, $5, whatever. That's just a number. That don't mean nothing. That don't take away from my character. What takes away from my character is when I look you in your face and tell you something and I don't do that. That takes away from my character. Not if you ask me for 500 and I only got 250. Our coach would say I'm a fake ass nigga now. You know what I'm saying? Well, god damn. What am I supposed to do? You know what I'm saying? Not to mention you have absolutely no plans on giving me my money back. You know, this is the problem that our culture have, you know, that I see with our culture is you know, we're not meaning what we say no more. Like I mean this shit. Like I really believe this, you know? I really believe this, man. Like you help others, you're gonna get it back sevenfold. That's what I believe, you know?
Mike, let me touch on this subject right here. You kind of touched up on a little bit, but earlier this week we found out that LeBron James, right? You know, he got a son. I don't want to say he got a son into the NBA, right? And I guess the main question is, was it earned? But at the end of the day, of my opinion, it don't really matter though, right? Because if it was your kids, right, you know, and you want to put them in a position to see, it's kind of like the same way. But give us your thoughts on LeBron and Bronny and LeBron James and how he moved as on the court and off the
court. So I've had the pleasure, Blends, who was on here, he works for LeBron. So he brought me Super Bowl Saturday to the shop with Ocho, Travis Scott, Ice Spice, all them, that show. I was in the green room for that. So I got to meet them all, Mav, all of them, I got to meet them all. Listen, I'm for the LGBTQT. I'm walked in there, bro. Like it's different. I swear to God. I'm a Kobe. You know, I'm Kobe #1, even above. So like it's different. But this I'm gonna tell you what is different. He came in last. His mama was before him. His old lady was before him. You see what I'm saying? Like it ain't bigger than that. That's #1. You see what I'm saying? And the feeling when I was in there, bro, everybody here to win. There's no competition. You know what I mean? It's one person in here who could really shit on everybody if he wanted to do that. It ain't about that. And if you notice, everything that he's done has been on teamwork type time. You see what I'm saying? So this ain't no his son thing. This is a him thing to me. You see what I'm saying? So you wouldn't know Mav Carter if you didn't know who LeBron was. You see what I'm saying? He didn't have to do that. Rich Porter, the best agent in the game right now, he didn't have to do this. This is this man's character. So these are friends. You think you wouldn't? What are you gonna do for his son? I tell you what. I bet you, the Lakers had an ultimatum. Like, you know, not even had to be spoken. Boy, you better pick my son. Let me. What the fuck? Like for real. Like, you know. But let's go past that. So to answer your question first, and then I'll give. I think that young man worked hard. You know what I mean? I don't give a damn if he averaged 4 points or 40 points or 400 points. That man put himself in a position to be in the draft, period. That didn't come from sitting at the house. That man had to work. So you got to give him his credit for even putting himself in this position. Now, if his dad didn't, whatever the case may be, that's none of our business. But it happened like it happened, and we should be respecting that. So let's leave that's where it's at. He's in there and nothing we can do about that. If you like it or dislike it anyway, I love it, to answer your question. But let's go. Why don't we do that with everything, bro? Like, why don't we do that with everything? Because they do.
Yeah.
The coach of the same team experiences a fourth grade fucking mom and pop coaching. And he's the coach of the Los Angeles Lakers, the highest valued basketball franchise there is. They do this every day. They do this every day, man. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's stuff that they do that we wouldn't see the light of day.
Yeah.
Every day. If you go, and I know you love Wall Street, you've been up there. That's the biggest crooks in the world.
Yeah.
The biggest, they do this every day. You know what I mean? And when they come time, they support a man with 34 felonies. And then with them same 34 felonies, I can't get an apartment.
Yeah. Wow.
You see what I'm saying?
Wow.
Like this is the rule they playing by. So I'm not even mad at them for it. What I'm mad at is why we don't do it. You see what I'm saying? If we got, how many white boys in the NBA can you name that's really good? I know one, Luka Doncic. So 99% of the 450 jobs is niggas.
Yeah.
So why, if we got all the talent, why don't we make all the money? Unless we just buying into a program that we can really change if we really, and it's gonna take hard work. It's going like the Dion thing. We right back at the Dion thing. It's gonna take hard work. It's gonna be some people who fall, who couldn't, but that's the part that we got to be willing to go through. If you go all the way back to the 68 when we was having the civil rights times, they didn't understand shit until we stopped getting on the bus. Yeah, when that money stopped flowing, then we got, and that's what we got to do. We got to change it. We got to know our value.
Yeah, our boy A from Missouri, from Whiteman, he just said, a comment that was pretty striking. He said, man, we ain't even really in a position to be like LeBron to put our kids in a position, right? So first of all, putting us being in that position. I think about, look at LeBron James with the Los Angeles Lakers, all right? Like the owner of that team is Jeannie Buss, right? And before she became the owner, you know who was the owner?
Yeah, Dr. Buss, her dad. Yeah,
her daddy, right? So
Dr.
you think
Buss.
about, man, these owners, man, they ain't giving these like positions like to other people. They putting their kids in position, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So that's what more things that we could be doing.
Yeah, great point. Hey, glad you're on here, brother. The point is to piggyback on what he's saying. How much work did this brother put in to be in a position to be able to do this? His friend is the best agent. His son just got on. He make damn near the most money. Like that come from hard work. He got a media company, $100 million company. That man got a stock in damn the soccer team cross there.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like these are the things that he's doing. So to A's point, what are we putting each other in the position to do? Most of the time it's bullshit. We'll kill each other for nothing. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But we I swear to God, we'll kill each other for nothing, but we won't put together $10 together. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we won't put I've seen a little cartoon. It's two people, two black dudes. They had one of them had $1, one of them had 98 cents. So this sign said, hey, there's 99 cents for you to become a stunning white man. Stunning white man. Boom. So the dude with the $1, they make an agreement. Say, man, look, I'm gonna go in there. I'm gonna see if it works, so you don't waste your money. Boom. If I come out and it work, I'm gonna give you the penny, and you could go in there and you could become one. So he come out looking like Brad Pitt. I'm talking about looking like money. Boom. So my boy say, damn, that shit work, bro. He said, man, give me the penny. White boy told him, get a job, nigga. That's what we do. That's what we do as black people. Like Clarence Thomas. That's what that is. Yeah. You could use it for it worked. I can use it for me, but you got to go through it, nigga. Like we just don't do it like they do it. They do it. Jeannie Buss don't know how to run no fucking team, cuz she wasn't. You know what I'm saying? Her daddy was good, but at that he was one of the best, if not the best ever. But she don't. But it don't matter. This is my daughter. This is how it's gonna go. You see what I'm saying? We do it with the Saints. Saints, the Gail. I think the granddaughter is the real person. I think she's gonna get handed the Saints. I'm sure it's a bunch of people who could do that, but they don't do that. So again, I'm not mad at any of those coaches. I'm mad at us. Like you say, the trillions of dollars that we have every year, we got the least amount of time that it spends in our community. Meanwhile, the Jewish, they keep their money in there 60 days, 70 days. Asians, 30 days, 40 days. A nigga, we got an hour and a half.
Yeah.
This money gone, boy. I'm telling you. But and that's sad, bro, because why don't we do this? All we gotta do is the same thing, and we'll keep 2 trillion at least for money, whatever the case may be. It's going within us in a half, so we just gotta change that as well, man.
Mike, you bring up something good too, right? As far as us African Americans and Black people like working together, but I think one of the main problems why we can't work together is jealousy, right? That's
what you think? What you think? Like which part of what you mean?
Like,
give me an example of like where it's jealous.
Like for us, it's almost like self-motivated, right? Sometimes it's more so, okay, if you see somebody see your house right about now, right? And Mike, you a very humble guy. Let me just say that, brother. You very humble. And sometimes, man, even me, I feel a little guilty, right? When I put stuff on social media, it ain't about like bragging, but it's about, you know what, we can have this, right? You as an African American male, you can have a $1.3 million home, right? And you a trailblazer, you an influencer. So that's people around you to say, you know what? Ain't the fact that you personally bragging, but it's about, hey man, this is what I did, this is what I worked for. You can do the same thing. Matter of fact, I'm gonna help you do it. That's the type of guy you are. But you got some people looking at that and it's like, man, you know what? They don't like that, right? And that's just life in itself. But in particular, our community though, man, is big.
Yeah. It's a dude, my partner Rob Rollins. He just made a comment. I couldn't read it all. What did it say? I can't read that comment. Rob Rollins.
Let me see here. Rob Robinson. He said, meet the people. Yeah, he said, meet the people in the world who can just be happy for you is one of the rarest things, like 1 in 1,000.
That's my brother.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, that's my nigga, and he a white dude. You see what I'm saying? Wow. But he has been one of the most supportive people of me that I've met in my whole life. That man ain't grow up with me. It's a partner of mine on here. I think he's on here, Cricket, Xavier Lewis. He met me when I was on, getting on the back of the bus with him. You know what I'm saying? Always been solid supporter. It don't cost us nothing to support. It costs you way more to be jealous. It costs you way more to frown than it do to smile. You see what I'm saying? My partner, man, and the reason I keep going for music, I don't know if he's on here. His name WAP, JD Young and people. Rest in peace, JD Young, and long live TJ as well. They just don't know what they mean to me as far as the motivation it was for me to see that. Like, I've seen this young man go from, first time I ever met JD Young in the studio, I paid for the studio time because him and Famous were going back and forth about it. Man, I got it, my nigga. I seen this man, I touched this man, I talked with him, dapped him up to go to what he was. That's what means so much to me. You see what I'm saying? I got TJ name in diamonds right here. So he'll shine forever. That's because it's just the support that he had for me, I don't understand hate. I don't understand envy. I don't understand jealousy, because that same energy you use for hate, envy, jealousy, you can use for motivation. Like, I see you and I get motivated. You post your, I'm not trying to put you on blast. You post your network. That ain't mine. You know what I mean? But I want it to be like that, and I've just never, I just don't even understand the feeling of hate or jealousy or anything like that. And it's just crazy that I'm from Mississippi. We did last obesity, median income, business, economic opportunity, and the list goes on and on, right? We got enough to be mad about the situation rather than being mad at the dude who's next to you. And I'm just talking about my state. For those on here who clowning, Louisiana, you ain't far. In Alabama, y'all ain't far either. You see what I'm saying? But we in enough conditions, cause we shouldn't be mad at each other at all. Period. You know what I'm saying? The conditions is bad enough we for lack of a better term, we fucked up enough to be fucked up with your partner. You see what I'm saying? I think a lot of us don't understand what the roles are. Everybody can't be LeBron. It got to be a nigga holding the door. It got to be a nigga holding the umbrella. It got to be a nigga opening the door. It got to be a person who, he got this. I seen it. You see what I'm saying? I tell a nigga, hey, bro, you mind driving? Shit, nigga, what I look like? Taxi? God damn, bro, you ain't got $1 for the trip. You can't drive. You see, this is the ego that we dealing with. Ego. We dealing with pride. We dealing with shit that ain't got nothing to do with success. Everything that we deal with in our culture, a lot of the things ain't got nothing to do with success. We still talking about stuff that hinders. You know, everything that we spend a lot of time on hinders. Why don't we just flip that? You see what I'm saying? You know, health-wise, let's just stop drinking soft drinks and drink water. Let's just try that change. So we just tried that change. Why can't we? Hey, good morning, brother. How you doing? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I even talk how I talk, cuz I say thanks a million. You know why I say thanks a million? Because that just $1 million is what I'm thinking about. This is in your talk. If you believe in God, tell you how powerful words are. And I know we're running out on time. If you believe in God, God made the world with words. Yeah, let there be light. And then there was light. He spoke those words. So if I say every morning, man, I'm about to be great today. Hey, I love you, man. Take care of yourself. Happy King Day. You see what I'm saying? These words mean something. They mean something to me. Now, if they don't mean something to you, then that's on you. You see what I'm saying? But I know words have power, so I choose mine wisely. As a man, you're supposed to be a thinker. You're supposed to be a thinker and a leader. You can't be emotional. Emotion is for women. Not to, you know, blessed to all the women on here. Emotion is for women. You got to take your emotion out of it. I wish I took my emotion out of betting with the Saints. I'd be up a lot of money. I bet with the Saints out of emotion. I love the Saints. What I take out of it is what I want to be and what I want to, where I want to go and what I want to do. And you can't have no emotion in that. You can't have no emotion in that. You got to think and you got to believe. You start with those two and you change that just that little bit, and man, you can be whatever you want to be in this world. I swear to God.
That's good, Mike. That's good. So as we wrap this up, man, as far as just kind of learning more about you and some of the things that you're doing, what would you say, man, for the ones that's on here to live as well, they can go back and see it. What do you say, man, to some of that, drop some gems, some wisdom for someone that needs some inspiration, some hope to say, you know what, man, I ain't really where I want to be right about now. But what can I do potentially, man, to be where I need to be 1 year from now, 3 years from now, 5 years, 10 years from now? Your thoughts, perspective on that.
First and foremost, like I say, dream big. You know, I really believe that. Like I'm nowhere near where I want to be. And those dreams, I wrote them dreams down, and then I attack them like they're just tasks. So if anybody on here, if you had you say, hey, I gotta put the trash out today, you're gonna put that trash out today. You know what I'm saying? It's much easier when you actually visualize it, verbalize it, or whatever the case may be. So me, the first thing is dream big. The second thing is, and I think this is equally as important, put yourself in conditions and around people who care about you as much as you care about them. Because I've seen too many times, you know, your environment can really take you down. I was talking to my uncle about that this morning. Like your environment, the people that you have, the circle of the people, you're a reflection of that, period, point blank, you know? So dream big, put yourself in great circles and work your ass off, man. Like it's not gonna be easy. It's not gonna be comfortable. But if you just do those three things, man, the money, the houses, the cars, the whatever is just a product of the work. So that's on the other side of the equal sign, if that makes sense. So you gotta, in order to get 100, you gotta put 10 times 10. You gotta work 10 times 10 over here. The 100 gonna be the 100 every time, but you gotta put the 10 times 10 over here, you know? So those three things: dream big, put yourself in great environments, and work hard, man. And I think that'll get you where you wanna be, man. That'll get you where you wanna be. Sure, when I think I lost you, buddy, I don't know, you know, I'm not the greatest tech guy.
I'm good. I'm good. I was just stopping the video for a second here, but I'm good, man. So let's just do some we'll close out here, man. I'll take one question. If anybody on the live, we'll take one question and we're gonna do some rapid fire.
Man, take three. Take three. You never take one, man.
We'll take three. You can unmute yourself. And if you got a question for Mike, just unmute it and then we'll take three and then we're gonna do rapid fire. Anybody?
Sherwin, can you hear me?
I can.
Hey, Sherwin. So my question is a business question. I'm trying to understand how to leverage my business. And we have a female-owned drug addiction program for vets, and then mental health also. And it's just me and my partner. And so we just use cash. So we started with our own cash. I
Mhm.
just got us a credit card to put all of our bills so we can get the points. But I'm trying to see, like, how do I leverage? I've never got a loan because it's just cash. It's producing. We've been open only for 4 months, but it's actually paying for itself. Of course,
Mhm.
we're not getting paid, right? The business
Mhm.
is getting paid. The clinicians are getting paid, but the people are getting the service, but we're not making money as far as profit for ourselves right now. Everything goes back into the business.
Okay.
So a decision that we made was that for the first year, we get nothing. We
Mhm.
just put all the money in the business for this next year, but it's a possibility of being a multi-million-dollar business if we
Mhm.
can leverage it right, correct?
Yeah.
So the bank was
Yep.
like, oh my God, this is like a big, they saw our numbers and they was like, man, if you can pull this off, most of them don't last. We like the only female company that's
Mhm.
doing it. And so
No doubt.
I'm trying to see, like, what do I need to do next? Because I haven't found anybody. So the one Black woman that we know that made it, she will not mentor us. So
Wow.
she's making millions. So she will not, she said she would, and she's not. So we are from scratch.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we can't find community. So who do I look to? What books? I read a lot of books. What can I do to leverage the business? Like, what should I be doing as far as going to get loans? Because the business is paying for itself, so we don't have debt.
Yeah, yeah. So I think it's just a scale thing for y'all, if I'm hearing it correct. So right now y'all make, you say you and her personally don't make money, but the business makes enough to sustain itself, which is miraculous as in itself, because most businesses go out of business in the first 5 years as it is. Less known make money the first year that it's in business. So y'all are doing awesome. Me personally, I think there's a bunch of banks that you can go to, and actually, if you do it right, you can do them all the same way. Truist is a great one for business, especially when you have a cash flow, Kyle, like you have. Truist will probably give you 30,000 tomorrow if you walk in there. Bank of America, Chase, they go off Experian alone, so you can lock your Equifax and TransUnion and go in there with Chase and get $50,000 credit card, as long as your credit score is above 675, I believe it is. So that's another way. And then once you get that extra money, it's just a matter of, I love what you said about putting it all back in the business. It's just a matter of scaling it up. So if you're doing 10 veterans this year, next year you can be doing 100. Next year you can be. I'm sorry, y'all. Next year you can be doing 100. So those banks for sure give money, especially the cash cows, when you're showing and your credit score is good. So Truist, Chase, those two, and Bank of America was a little bit more intrusive as far as what they wanted to see to get credit. But once you had your credit score right and you show cash flow, they give you two different $8,000 credit cards day one. So that's three that you can go to right off the bat.
Yeah, I got I got a Amazon American Express. They gave me 16,000, and then I went back to Chase because we bank with Chase, and
Awesome.
Chase. So again, I didn't know exactly what I was doing, but when I went to go get a card for the business, but he was like, "Your credit is really good. Let's just get you the Chase Sapphire. What is it, Reserved?" So I
Yeah.
had the highest, and they gave me 26,000 right
Yeah.
off the bat.
Yeah. So
So
I got if you tap in with me, I got a person who could get you the 50,000 and another 20. Just
okay,
tap in with me after we get off. If I don't know who it was, but I'll put you
he
in
got
touch
it.
with her. No problem. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, thank you so much. I
Yeah.
appreciate
No
it.
problem at all. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Awesome. We'll take two more questions.
It's 22 feet, by the way, Maul. Is the question you asked. Yeah. Just for the record. But anyway.
One more question here, and then we'll close out. One more question. Mike, well, let me ask you a question myself, right? What would you say right about now is your biggest strength?
Man, that's hard because I don't really like talking about myself, so I don't. That's tough, man.
Yeah.
I would have to say character, man. That's probably mine. Because I think my name means more than anything that can be, you know, credit score or anything like that. Yeah, my
Yeah.
character, man. So I just want people to, when you speak on me, if they was to say something bad, I would like people to be able to say that don't sound like Mike. You see what I'm saying? Like that mean more to me than anything, you know, doing great
Mike,
business with
I'm gonna
my
tell you
character.
personally,
Character and
from
work
knowing you
ethic,
over
my boy.
15 years, what I've seen your biggest strength is, and I was telling Leslie this because she was on the 6 mile walk with me this morning. I said, Mike's biggest strength is he's a hustler, right? You just go get it.
No doubt.
If you don't know the answer, you just go figure it out. And then when
Absolutely.
you figure it out, man, you capitalize and you maximize on it.
No
So
doubt.
you
But don't
always
forget this
been a
part. I
hustler.
share it. Like
Yeah.
that's what I think people, we got to do that. Like once you get the info, you got to share it.
Yeah.
There's no way a millionaire gonna be around me and I'm not gonna ask him no question. I don't give a fuck about pride or nothing. Hey, what's going on? You know what I'm saying? I just want to know what's going on, you know?
Right.
Because once I get it, I know I'm gonna give it away for free. You see what I'm saying? That's the point of it. The information ain't there to be held. I ain't worrying about getting paid for the information because my work gonna get me paid anyway.
Mhm.
You see what I'm saying? Like that's just a product. Again, I just want to, you know, that's just a product of the work you put in. A lot of people, they don't work as hard as they believe, and that's why their product is not what they think it should be.
Yeah. Mike,
In
what's
my
some good
opinion.
books? What's some good books that you've read that you recommend?
My favorite is The Slight Edge, Automatic Millionaire. I'm reading Rework right now, and my kids won't put the damn phone down, so it's I'm sorry. This other book I'm reading, it's called The Anxious Generation. The Anxious Generation, and it just talks about social media use and phone use and stuff like that. But The Slight Edge, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, and you know I'm a big real estate person, so I've read all of Robert Kiyosaki's. You know, ABC's a real estate intermediate. I've read all of those. Charles Duhigg, I love his book. 48 Laws of Power is a great one as well. You know, yeah, 7 Habits of Effective People. You know, I'm all self-improvement books. I don't read any kind of. I say that, but I've read 2 books front to back in one sitting in my life. The first one was Who Moved My Cheese, which is a fictional book, but the second one is Automatic Millionaire, and it really just tells you the steps. I read that book on the way to Iraq, on the flight, and I did those steps that day, and that's it. You know,
Nice.
again, like I say, guys, I don't look at myself as ordinary. I believe I'm extraordinary. Not meaning the good way. I'm saying I'm extraordinary. But the things that are ordinary, I do them extra good.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm on time every day. I work hard every day. Like those small things is what it takes to be great. And that's what I think I do well. The small things that, you know, attention to detail. I'm up every morning no later than 5 o'clock, you know.
Yeah.
Every morning up no later than 5 o'clock, you know. And yeah, that's it.
Awesome. Do we have one more question before we go into the rapid fire? One more question and we'll be good.
Cool, let's do it, man. What questions you got?
Any questions? Just unmute.
Mike, man, what's happening? It's Kev.
What's up, Kev?
Hey, man, talk to business owners, minority business owners, and the opportunities they can take advantage of with the SBA and government contracting and all the good banners that you can have in your company flag that helps you move to the front of the line and help you get that one big bang, and that could actually, you know, promote the rest of your life.
Yeah. So that's a great question. Me as a veteran owned is a great one. Small disadvantage depending on what area you're in, and where you know, if you're in a disadvantaged area, most like red zones and stuff like that, those will move you to the front of the line. Minority owned, women owned, as the beautiful woman has said earlier. All of those things, every designator that you can get, put it on there. You know what I mean? Because there's programs, grants, whatever the case may be, especially SBA, that you can get. I'll give you an example of what I just learned. This is a tidbit for anybody who's about to buy a house. The VA has a program that Trump put into place. Give anybody their credit when it's due. They took the ceiling off of VA, and if you request, you can get a 4%. It's a 4% commission, not commission. I forget the term it is, but it's 4% of the total home price that you get. That's not towards closing. It's for unordinary costs. So unordinary costs are things like your car, credit cards. So just I'm open book. When I bought this house, I got 50,000 worth of it, and so my closing cost is 28,000, and I made them pay my car off. So then I
Wow.
went from I went like that was you see what I'm saying? Like that fast. It's just the knowledge, So when you go to do those things, research it and see what's going on. You know what I mean? And I gave that information to my partner. He's using it right now. His house is more expensive than mine, so it looked like he's gonna get about 58K. So you can literally roll all of your debt into your loan concession. He's on the phone right now. Carlos
Concession.
Bogan, great
Yeah.
brother, concession. 4% concession on your house price, and as a matter of fact, I didn't get the concession. I left the concession on the table because I found that out after. I got the closing costs. I got the what do they call it when the seller gives you they gave me 50,000 towards my close, and I used 28, and then I paid off my car with the other 18 or whatever was left, and I paid off a little bit of credit cards or whatever. But I could have got another 4% on top of that, another 50K, and paid off all my stuff and been completely free. And to answer the other girl's question, once you got a credit score with that amount, then you go to the business, you go to Chase, you apply for the card on a Friday in the morning, you apply for both of them, they don't hit your credit part. You go to Chase for one, you go to Truist. So you only got one, you got the inquiry, but they don't hit your account till Monday. So you got 2 cards and you did it on one day. Yeah.
Mike, we have to bring you back too, man, on those, man. Those some wealth gems right there on the concessions and getting the money back and things like that, man, which is very, very good here. So
absolutely.
So yeah, we're a little bit over an hour, Mike, man. We appreciate you, but we're gonna go over here to some quick rapid fire questions here for you, man. So I'm going with the first one here, right?
Okay.
Rihanna or Beyonce?
Oh man, I'm a tie on that one, man. I'm a tie on that.
Trump or Biden?
Biden.
Man, did you watch him this week?
Yeah, it wasn't the best. But I'm a character first, man, and I just don't support. I don't support that. So yeah.
Right. Real estate or stocks?
Man. Real estate. I'm gonna go real estate. But that's a hard one though. That's a hard one.
Yeah.
I'm more successful on real estate than I am with stocks fucking with Robinhood.
Yeah. MJ or Kobe?
Kobe. Now, you talking about who I like or who's the greatest?
Well, just your opinion, who you like,
Kobe.
who you think. Well, who the greatest?
Mike, to me. Yeah. Mike to me.
That's good. So Paris or Africa?
Wow. Africa.
Have you visited Africa?
Yeah. I've been
you've
3
been
different
all over,
spots.
Mike. You've been all over.
Uganda was my favorite place. Uganda.
Yeah. Alabama or Mississippi?
Mississippi all day, baby. All day long. Yeah.
Good stuff. The Saints or the Cowboys?
We ain't even gonna do that, man. Come on now. We ain't gonna do that, man. Come on. I'm a Saints fanatic. I'm a Saints fanatic, like it's a whole my week fucked up till Thursday when the Saints lose. I don't care nothing about the Cowboys, even being where I'm at, but yes, all day long.
Yeah. Now that's good. Let's just wrap it up here. I gotta tell you guys a quick story here. Mike, he stayed with me for a little bit before he's PCS into his other location. And it was during football season. And man, Mike is one of the biggest Saints fans ever, man. I'm talking about screaming, yelling. I'm talking about, man, I'd be like, I text him during football season. I'm like, man, let your family make it, bro. Let them make it, bro.
Yes, indeed. So, I might come out of there when the Saints lose and kick the dog for no reason, man.
Mike, man, I appreciate you, man. You've been a big
I really
inspiration.
do. Thank you so much for having me on, bro.
Keep killing it, brother. Keep doing what you're doing. Keep inspiring. Keep being a trailblazer. We didn't really touch on this, Mike, but when we talked about African American men, me and you talked about this last week. But you're going through something right about now as far as a trailblazing moment. I think most African American men could probably benefit for. You want to touch on that a little bit? You know
Which
what I'm talking
part?
about? The hair growth. The hair.
Oh
hair.
yeah, man. You see,
Yeah.
I'm back in the game, boy. I was lost, but now I'm found. That was the Lord, sir. But yeah. So I had been losing my hair since I was like 30, man. You know, and I had been trying to do it. I had been looking into it since like 22, and I just really was a little timid about it. And then I started making excuses about, man, I'm working too hard. How I'm gonna take off this time with the music and I just I hit up this one guy and I just asked him 2 questions, you know, hey, you know, what's the fastest you can get me in and how long I'll be there? And he told me he could get me in Monday. So I flew in Sunday. I flew to Turkey and I flew in and he got me out of there Tuesday. At no pain. This is day 16 of recovery. And you can see my hair like this is real hair here. The side and the back already grew all the way back all the way, you know, but I can't get a haircut until after 3 weeks. So then I'll cut it all down the same. And then this will be like this for 3 months and then it'll fall out and then it'll grow back and it'll be like that forever. Yeah.
Wow.
So I highly encourage anybody who's, you know, I highly encourage anybody to do it. Because I was self-conscious. Like, I don't know, my partner BJ, man, I don't know if he got to get on. He would always say, man, you got the best hats, man. Man, I had so many damn hats, it was making the hair fall out more probably, you know what I'm saying? But I would just wear hats all the time, you know, and that's, man, hats $50 a piece these days, you know? But that was the reason behind it. I just kind of made it more into a thing and just having different hats every time I was out, whatever the case may be. But yeah, I'm just going to shades and fades now, baby. Shades and fades. Yeah.
Hey, Mike, this Sherm, man, is that the same spot that LBJ went to in Turkey?
I don't know where he went. I didn't even know he went to Turkey, to be completely honest with you, man.
Man, I'm just giving you a hard time, brother.
Yeah, I didn't even know he went to Turkey. But actually, Nino Brown 305, I don't know if y'all look at him on Instagram or whatever. He had hit me up and was like, man, you really need to try to do a little different lane with it and start like critiquing other people's who did it, because I didn't even know like Floyd Mayweather did it. I knew LeBron did it. Jalen Rose did it. Deion Sanders did it. There's a lot of people that didn't, like, you know, they were gone. You know, Cook Turkey, Brian Urlacher, the white dude who did it. But you see Brian Urlacher, boy, that boy look like goddamn Rick and Martin, man.
Hey, Mike, how much something like that cost?
So great question. So I went to Miami. They quoted me $12,000. I went to Metairie. They quoted me $8,000. And shit, Turkey said $2,200. I jumped on the first thing smoked.
Mike, it was breaking up a little bit. Can you say that? Just not that
I said,
we got the 12 and the 8, but the
yeah,
Turkey.
I went to Turkey. They told me $2,200. I jumped on the first thing smoked.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
I actually paid another $300 for 6 months of medicine. Shit, might well go all in when you're out there, man.
All in. All
yeah,
in.
yeah. But it was
Mike,
$2,500 all in. Yeah.
Mike, that's a true testament, man, as far as you being a trailblazer, man, doing it first. Others following you, man, big influencer. So, man, continue to keep doing what you're doing, brother, man. Solid, brother, man. I think, you know, from you,
I appreciate that.
military was a good background foundation, man. And we served together working at Whiteman Air Force Base and federal government contracting. And so, man, it's just going up ever since then. I mean, Mike, when I met my wife, Mike was like literally right there living with me. So it's just almost like, man, everything we go through. When Mike met his wife, it was almost like I saw her when she came into our building.
Absolutely.
So that connection is so strong, man. Any final words?
Man, thank you. God is great, man. I really appreciate the time. For all of the brothers and sisters on here, man. Go for your dreams. Don't let nothing stop you from accomplishing what you want to accomplish. That means person, place, or thing. Believe in yourself, and man, you can accomplish anything you want to accomplish. So thank y'all all for listening. If y'all got any questions that you want to ask, MGM_Mike. Hit me up, ask any questions. I'm all good, baby. I appreciate your platform for sure, Sherwin. Great man. I'm proud of you. Your Florida State fam, you know, and how y'all doing it. And I really learned a lot from you, from the questions I asked and from afar. So thank you so much, man.
Awesome, man. Thank you, Mike, for coming on as well, man. You always keep it real, brother. And so it's a big testament today, man, from the people that showed up. And you guys want to go back and see the replay, I got it here in the Let's Win Financial Group. It'll be on our YouTube page. As a matter of fact, it'll be on Mike's YouTube page as well. And so great segment, Mike. Thank you again, brother.
Appreciate you, man.
And continue blessings upon you and your family, man. And
Thank
hope
you.
you guys have a great weekend. Thanks for all for joining in as well. And so if you guys are not part of the Let's Win financial community, want to get to know a little bit more about financial literacy and growing, that's what I do here at Let's Win Financial.
Absolutely. Join that, y'all. Please join that. And actually, amazing. Very genius brother when it comes to them finances, man. So please join him and tap in, man.
Absolutely. So with that
All right.
said, guys, be well, be blessed. And as always, let's continue to win. All right, guys.
All right.
Have a great
Take care
Saturday.
of yourself. Yeah.
Bye.